Disney to make changes to content warnings. Uh, this story is addresses a lot of the things that I have complained about. With the content warning of old films like Peter Pan, Disney Plus to change content warnings before old movies like Peter Pan as DEI strategy loses steam. Alan, if you would, this is from Fox News.
Yeah.
You'd read the crux of the story here.
All right. Disney Plus is reportedly making changes to their content warning displayed before old movies such as Peter Pan and Dumbo, as the company looks to reshape their DEI strategy, according to a report by Variety. Old films currently streaming on Disney Plus display content warnings at the beginning to warn viewers of racially insensitive content if Disney feels it's warranted. The content warnings placed before such movies notes that the film includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of peoples or cultures. The new version of the content warning reads, this program is presented as originally created and may contain stereotypes or negative depictions. Axios first report of the change. And I think I was told that it was going to show up in the notes and not in front of the show, but I don't know if I read that right.
Look, I look, as a parent, I don't mind if there's it's rated PG-4, swearing, this, whatever. You can see a list. That's fine. But if you put that warning right up front, I find it disconcerting. It's almost like the people who have done this are saying, hey, just so you know, you're racist if you like this the apple dumpling gang. Get over it. It annoys me. I've said this before over and over. I find it freaking annoying. These warnings. That it's like Disney is embarrassed of its own legacy. I can't stand it. Alan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so back in, I think it was 2018 or 2019, I wrote an article called Woke Disney. And it was really about the reason why Disney was, my thoughts as to the reason why Disney was doing all these remakes of the old classic Walt animated features. And the point I was making in those is there was this concerted effort. And mind you, this was before there just seemed to be this effort to basically distance themselves from Walt Disney. The feeling at the time, yes, people, especially the woke communities, were basically saying, well, Disney was anti-Semitic, he was racist, definitely anti-union, which was true. And that's what we needed to do was clear house and say, look, we're going to take all the classic Walt Disney movies and we're just going to redo it in a more modern, inoffensive way, which ultimately became more offensive. And that's why that's why I think when the trigger warnings first showed up, that's when is like, oh boy, Disney is moving in the wrong direction. And it just seems more and more that they need to distance themselves from their founder, Walt Disney. And I think we talked about it a moment ago where, it's really about money. And I think hopefully Disney has finally just realized that going DEI and embracing DEI, I guess they were sold a bad bill of goods because they embraced it thinking that it would make them money, like the Marvels would be a major hit, that Wish would be a major hit, and that having people talk negatively about them on the internet was also bad, and that they wanted to avoid that at all costs. And maybe there's as we say, maybe there's a reckoning coming, and Disney is just trying to get ahead of themselves. So I would prefer no warning, but this is fairly innocuous.
Well, again, I don't mind a rating, PG, PG-13, R. Tell me why. Is there, it's an R-rated comedy, but there's no nudity. Maybe my 13 or 14-year-old kid can be ready for something like that, like Blazing Saddles or whatever. The content warning assumes I'm stupid. and you're trying to be, this corporation is trying to be a parent to me. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. And I look at more when I cared about this stuff when my kids were little. They're, and you could just assume if something was Disney, it was fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I get annoyed. I get annoyed by it. So I don't know. Final thoughts, and we'll go to comments here, and then I have a treat.
Yeah. So I put it all in my thoughts, but
oh well, then there you go.
Yeah, there you go. I have nothing to add.
There you go. There you go.